Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like that's the biggest thing. It's like these events create opportunities and moments and memories that get you to where you are today. Who would have known, or like who would have thought like I would be here if I didn't meet Imakuni at the Pokemon Center store, later got his autograph, and then that sort of did this butterfly effect of getting me here. And it's that only happened because I was willing to go to these events, meet people who I barely knew other than online interactions.
Yeah.
And now it's created this wild addiction of having to go to every single one of these events and meeting all these artists and
Yeah.
throwing a lot of
Well,
money at it.
and that's the thing too, right? Is you're now going. Well, you mentioned Fukuda. That was the first crazy artist event where we sat for hours.
First time we split a hotel room.
First time we split a hotel room. That's right. And we literally spent the entire weekend in line to get autos. So you would go in, stand in line, get your autos, get back in line. I thankfully still have a couple of these as well. Do you still? You don't have the one that I sold you, do you?
I don't.
Yeah,
Derby Flipper.
They're right here. I got my Blastoise one.
Yep.
I wish you did a Mew sketch. That would have been great.
Yeah, I still have a couple.
So you just stand in line, get an auto, get back in line, hopefully get more. And we did that the entire weekend. And now they're absurd where they're lotteries because they're so popular. But you've been going to all of them. You've been volunteering and helping with overload events with Alec and all that. And which of course has given you an opportunity to get the chance to meet the artist, being one of the volunteers. How's that? What has that been like? Because I went to the last one in Hartford, which with Ariga, but before that there was Harada, there was Himeno. Am I missing? Were there other ones? I think it was just those two. Arita was.
I think it went Harada, Arita, Himeno, and Ariga.
Saito.
Oh, Saito. Yeah, Saito was the first one.
Okay.
Saito, Harada, Arita, Himeno, Ariga.
Yeah.
There's been 5 signings this year.
So tell me about that, because I know, do you do dinners with them at some point with just the staff?
I haven't done a dinner with them. There are staff dinners. Yeah, I mean, I was thrown into this whole volunteering staff thing.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is a lot of people think like, there's a long application list, or I don't know what people's mindsets are with this, but I was just thrown into it. It was like by accident. The Harada event happened, and there was rumors of people lining up at 7:00 the night before. And Alec, I don't think really knew what to do about it, because that was the first time people were willing to line up 12 hours before they were actually going to be getting something. And Alec and I, we both have a love for autographs and signatures and artists, so we talk frequently. And somehow we got thrown into a chat together talking about it, and he just asked, hey, will you go out there? I'll give you a shirt and just help keep things in check.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I didn't approach him. This isn't something that I had asked for or that he was showing favoritism on. He was just like, hey, who do I know that's 6'4", can hold his ground and make sure things stay safe in the middle of the night for an event going on. And that was it. That's all I did for the Harada signing. I literally went out there at midnight the night before the signing and just kept things in order. I didn't even work the whole weekend, and I didn't get any staff benefits because of that. And I think just because of having a good attitude and showing I could be trusted and I'm willing to help got me into then the Himeno signing, which was just the biggest blessing ever with how chaotic that was. But I mean, that one was amazing. That was even crazier. Like that Himeno, Kagemaru Himeno is like, top 3 artists for Pokemon, especially when it comes to our childhood and all the work she did. So being in a room with
Jolteon and Eevee from Jungle,
tons of stuff. She did Dragonite. She did the Eeveelutions, Eevee, Jigglypuff, Ekans. Like, I think it was her, Sugimori, and Arita were the 3 main artists for the first 4 or 5 sets.
Oh yeah.
She didn't do base set, but she did.
She didn't.
She did like a quarter. That's a different
No?
artist. That's Kizuki, I think. Kiziku. No, she did like a quarter of Jungle, a quarter of Fossil, a quarter of Team Rocket, and then like a quarter of the Black Star promos.
Okay.
So meeting someone like that, especially someone who you think you're never going to see in your entire life, just because of all the circumstances and where like signings are today, being in a room with her, and she was just so friendly and loving and nice and personable and easy to talk to. And her husband was the exact same way. And she brought, I think you were there, she brought all that original artwork that was like concept art.
I did not go to this one, but I've heard about all of it. So I missed that. Like, I wasn't even thinking about this stuff because
that was a long weekend for me. So I don't remember who was and who wasn't there. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't go. Jeez.
Well, the first one that I did was Ariga. The last ones I just haven't been able to do because I've been moving and my life has been, unsettled. So I've missed out on a lot. And a
lot, man. This is the year to not miss out on stuff.
I know. Those autos that people got from her are incredible. I mean, the full bodies, the colors, it's just so well done.
Yeah.
So well.
Yeah, and that's the thing too with her. It's obviously there's some artists who you can just sense don't really care. I don't want to name names, but some artists you can just sense that. And with Himeno, she was one of those artists who, like Saito, was like, I'm here to give 110%. I might not be able to see everyone, which sucks. It's going to be long days. That sucks. But the people I see, the cards I sign, they are all getting 110%. Not a single card is going to be less than. And you could tell. Anyone who was in there, anyone who got to see her, anyone who went to panel, you just sensed that the second you went up to her.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing. Yeah. It's such a, it's also like this huge cultural difference too, where I don't want to get into the drama of it, but like, they care so much about the artwork they've done, and they care a lot about the gifting culture and people coming to experience what they've created and keeping it wholesome and fun and like really a personable experience and not a monetary exchange. So it's really cool to see that in person. Like with Ariga, I mean, he wanted to nerd out about Gundam, but he decided against it because we were there for Pokemon. But it's really incredible to see those guys, and I will definitely be doing my best to get to all of them. I need to get Kasube did the Versus Series Lance's cards, right?
Yeah,
Kasube. Got to get Kasube one of these days, but
it's hard to say, man. Some of these artists are completely off the radar. Like, there's no blogs, there's no Instagram, they have nothing.
That's Kasube. That's one of them.
Yeah.
She's like,
there's a handful of them.
Complete black hole. No one knows where, what they're up to. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip, be sure to check out the full video podcast right here. And every Thursday, we drop a new podcast that premieres on YouTube here live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So be sure to subscribe and comment down below which guest you'd like me to have on next.